Hello everyone, the story I'm going to share today is the three-time reincarnation of Emperor Wolf Liang. At the end of Eastern Jin Dynasty, in Xingguo Temple of Taian of Jinan, there was a spiritual white-necked earthworm in the corner of Zen Master Datong's cultivation room. This earthworm had been listening to Zen Master chanting scriptures for 3 years. One day, the Zen Master asked a little monk to shovel grass in front of the house. The little monk accidentally shoveled earthworm to death. This earthworm, after having listened to Buddhist scriptures for 3 years, was reincarnated into a poor family named Fan near Culai Mountain. His name was Fan Dao. When he was a teenager, his parents died. So he became a monk in Xingguo Temple in the southwest of Culai Mountain. At the temple, he was in charge of cooking. The abbot of Xingguo Temple was Master Xingguo, an enlightened monk. He gave Fan Dao a Dharma name, Puneng. Puneng was an honest boy and was always willing to endure hardships. Although he was illiterate, he memorized the Lotus Sutra thoroughly. He kept reciting it whenever he had time, and cultivated diligently for more than 30 years. One day he heard that Zen Master Datong in Xingguo Temple was going to be reborn in meditation, and he also thought of reincarnation. The next day he went to see Master Xingguo and said, "Master, I have been in temple for many years, and I have been eating fast food, reciting Buddhist scriptures, and I do not dare to keep a little greed in my heart. Today, I ask Master to show your great compassion to give me some information for where I'm going to reincarnate in the future." His master said, "Although you have followed cultivation practice here for 30 years, you have not yet found the way. You have to further purify your heart, with no trace of evil thoughts left. In the future, if you are reincarnated again, you will have the opportunity to become high-ranking officials or even an emperor. After becoming emperor, if you can continue to practice, you will go to Amitabha's world." So on the same day, Puneng was reincarnated into another life while he sat in meditation. This time, Fan Dao was reincarnated into a wealthy family, Huangqi in Xu County, 20 miles away. Huang and his wife had been doing good deeds for all their lives, and had thus accumulated a lot of virtue. But they did not have children until in their 40s, when Fan Dao came to be born. Of course, the couple was very happy and treated him as a priceless pearl. But to their disappointment, the child had been crying all the time since he was born, and even refused to drink milk. Someone suggested to them that 20 miles from where they lived, there was a Xingguo Temple. In the temple, there was a master named Xingguo, who was able to predict the past and the future. You may go and ask him to see what was going on with the child. Of course, Master Xingguo knew who the child was. So he hurriedly went to the Huang's family. Seeing the child, he slightly touched the child's head with his hand and whispered a few words into his ear. The child immediately stopped crying. Everyone was surprised, and all were very happy. Huang and his wife respectfully said to the master, "We will sign up for him to become a monk when he reaches the age of 1 year old." Therefore, when the child was 1 year old, the couple indeed took the child to Master Xingguo. And Xingguo named the child Huang Furen. At the age of 6, Furen was well known as the reincarnation of Fan Dao from Xingguo Temple, and everyone thought that he would be rich and become noble in the future. But Furen had no interest in money or fame. He just wanted to do cultivation. In the same county, there lived military commander Tong. He had a daughter who was same age as Furen. the two families made marriage agreement in their childhood, and a wedding would be held when they grew up. Tong's daughter also liked to read Buddhist scriptures and wanted to become a nun. Thus, when they reached the age of 16, neither of them wanted to marry. They only want to do cultivation. Of course, the parents of both parties didn't agree and quickly arranged their marriage. But after the two got married, they were only husband and wife in name. They regarded their home as a Buddhist hall and recited scriptures and meditated together every day. 3 years later, one day, when the two were sitting in meditation, Furen suddenly saw a beautiful girl flying over to be intimate with him. He was a little tempted at first, but calmed down immediately. Instantly, a loud noise was heard, and he saw fire flame. He immediately opened his eyes and told his wife that he was almost lost himself in temptation. His wife said, "We must go see Master Xingguo. I'm sure he will give us some guidance." After the two met the master said, "Both of you have to be reincarnated again, extricated from another place, and finally reach the status consummation." Thus, the two said goodbye to their master and returned home. On the same day at midnight, the two souls went to reincarnate while they were sitting in meditation. While Furen and his wife were sitting in meditation, the wife of Xiao Shunzhi in Lanling City was about to give birth. Xiao Shunzhi and Qi Gaodi, the second emperor of Qi state in Southern Dynasty, belonged to the same clan. His wife had a dream the night before. She saw a giant golden man who was 8 feet tall, followed by a group of people, coming to her family hall. Instantly, the giant golden man entered her bedroom and bowed to her. Then she was in daze, and when she woke up, she gave birth to a boy. The child was born with a loud voice, looked healthy and handsome. He was given a name Xiao Yan. When Xiao Yan was 8 or 9 years old, there was a peculiar figurance on his body. He was highly intelligent. The articles he wrote were incomparable to ordinary people's writings. Moreover, he was good at guiding soldiers, often thinking about how to use wisdom to defeat the enemy. In his 20s, he was erudite and talented, highly regarded by everyone in his city. People often saw clouds floating above his room. Everyone who saw him showed him respect. In AD 493, after the death of Emperor Qi Wu, the new Emperor Baojun ascended the throne. He didn't care about government affairs at all, nor did he accept the advice of any minister, only indulging in eating and playing. Facing this situation, Xiao Yan began to plan to lead the army for uprising. Some ministers heard the news of Xiao Yan uprising. They had secretly led troops gone to the palace at night and killed Emperor Baojun. Soon after Baojun had died, a boy named Hojin was born. In AD 502, Xiao Yan became an emperor, and Qi dynasty ended. Xiao Yan started the Liang dynasty and became the first emperor of Liang. Just as he was historically being remembered Emperor Wu of Liang. Emperor Wu of Liang believed in Buddhism, and many temples were built at the time. He valued highly in the development of economy and culture. Thus, the country was prosperous and people enjoyed good life. Emperor Wu of Liang had reigned Liang for 47 years and was the second longest-lived emperor in Chinese history. As we all know, no one in the human world can escape from karmic retribution. At the time that Baojun was killed, Hojin was born. This led to karmic retribution. In the late period of Emperor Wu of Liang, Hojin rebelled against Emperor Wu, who was in prison, and made him starve to death. At that time, many people knew that Jin was the reincarnation of Emperor Jin. Although it was heaven's will that Emperor Wu ended the Qi dynasty, yet there was still karmic retribution to happen. Learning of the 3 previous reincarnations of Emperor Liang, we may understand that if you do bad things or hurt others in this life, you may have disasters occurring either this life or in your next life, including the revenge of your enemies, illnesses, or being physically disabled. On the contrary, if you have a kind heart and do good deeds for others, you will have more kind friends and they will always be ready to help you, and you will also have a happy and long life. Thank you very much for listening to the story. More touching stories will be ready for you if you just subscribe it. Thank you.